clearly, when you think about Fortnite, you're supposed to think about the Holocaust because the developers are adding a museum about it in the video game. Now, I don't really care because I don't play Fortnite, but I do notice something about culture. You see, I like talking about culture. This is the purpose of the channel. And the culture is like this. The developers are very proud and happy of their accomplishment. The journalists are very proud and happy of their accomplishment. Everyone else says that it's a bad idea. Why is this disconnect though? Like, why is it that there is such a massive disconnect between the developers, the journalists, and the average population? This is what I want to know. Like, this is the only thing that interests me. Like, why is there no line of communication between the plebeians and our betters, the corporations? Well, why is that a thing? And why is it that every single time when the corporation thinks that they are doing something good, the public is outraged? And when the public is outraged, the corporation thinks it's great. So, if you go to the comments section, and I've been to many forums that you guys have access to as well, different comment sections on different social medias, there's either people that are saying this is a bad idea, or there are people who are very worried about player freedom. Like, this is their primary concern. Like, how can we remove freedom from the player? Don't you think this is a little immersion breaking? Like, I generally do not understand. Why do you want to remove free will from human beings? This is what they want to do if they could have the power to do it. This is what worries me. Like, if they had the technology to remove free will from a society, they would. It's the mindset that is the problem. Like, you got a game where you have different abilities to express yourself, but when they want you to feel a certain way, when they want you to experience something, they will remove that ability. And this is not about the Holocaust, by the way, which, again, like, I don't even think it belongs in the game. They already did this with Black Lives Matter. And most of the people that play this game are underage. Like, they don't even understand politics. They don't even understand what the fuck they're talking about, like equity, reparations, what the fuck? So they were throwing tomatoes at the screen, they were doing emotes, they were doing anything, and the journalists were freaking out. Like, this was a crisis for them, you know, the same way that the police station burning was a crisis for that neighborhood when CNN said that it's a peaceful but mostly fiery protest or whatever. The journalists were acting literally the same way. Like, for them, the police station was on fire. It's like some edgy kids on the internet are disrespecting the sanctity of their politics. And they were like, how do we remove this? Like, developers, what are you doing? You need to remove free will from the players. And they did, right? So this is why they're now very proud that Fortnite has a Martin Luther King exhibition. And because of that, we can get a Holocaust museum in. I wonder if we can also get a museum that talks about the terrors of communism. I don't have much hopes for it, by the way. I don't think we're going to see anything about the Holodomor. But it is what it is, you know? Like, I'm really glad that children are now being educated in Fortnite. So when you go to apply for a job, you can write on your resume that you are an expert in history, and you got a PhD in post-World War II era from Fortnite. Like, Fortnite has done a better job educating you. Unironically, though, maybe this is a good thing, because I understand, like, the teachers in schools are very busy teaching kids the LGBTs. Like, that's the primordial thing, right? The ABCs can take a backstand. The LGBTs are the most important. So I assume, like, maybe they don't have time to teach actual history, but now you can learn it in Fortnite. So Fortnite is going to do the job that the teachers don't. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. You're going to see Spider-Man walk into the Holocaust Museum. This is what you're going to see, because this is the game. I'm not the one creating it. I'm not the one encouraging it. But this is what you're going to see. You're going to see screenshots going around the internet. It's going to piss off the Trust and Safety Council at different companies as they have to remove it. Because, like, again, we can't allow memes to circulate the cyberspace because they're dangerous and harmful. So you're going to start seeing, you know, like all of these memes being deleted. You're going to have the alien. You're going to have Iron Man going into the museum. And of course, you know, they're saying that, well, it's like we got the MLK exhibition, so you shouldn't have any exhibition. It's a video game about shooting people. Fortnite is most definitely a video game, but the incompatible success of Epic's Battle Royale has led it to becoming a platform too. It wasn't necessarily built for this in the same way something like Roblox was, so there's a seat of the pants element to much of what Epic does with it. And one reoccurring surprise theme is education. Yeah, again, I do not consider this education. I do not think you can apply for a job and say you got educated in Fortnite. I'm sorry, but it's true. Fortnite has a huge audience, mostly young. And Epic clearly feels that they could stand some fiber in their diet alongside the Ariana Grande concerts and Marvel Jambores. The most prominent example of this is the MLK Interactive Experience, March Through Time, where players can learn about the civil rights leader and the wider historical context of the racismus he fought against. They can even watch a recording of the most famous speech. Yeah, but like, how successful is this? Like how many students that actually go through this, memorize something? Like, this is what I noticed that they constantly do. Like they propose these social justice agendas and solutions, but they never want to see like how effective they actually are. They never want to see like, all right, well, we did this. What is the result? But again, like, they are super proud that we will be the first to bring something like this in Fortnite. We're going to bring to its 400 million plus players the Holocaust Museum. Okay. Bernard's point is good one that boils down to putting education material in any context where there are eyeballs to see it. Museums are also a unique way of telling a story. The museum has interactive elements and exhibits, what interactive elements? What? Now I'm curious. If I go play Fortnite and I go to the Holocaust Museum, what are the interactive elements that I can do there? I have a very vivid imagination, but I hope the developers don't. Anyway, the museum has interactive elements and exhibits on a wide range of topics related to the Holocaust, including some that Bernard feels have been overlooked in the past. I am willing to bet that regardless of what he says, I have heard about it and it hasn't been overlooked. Such as Sephardi Jews in North Africa. What I knew about this. See, I told you. They can't surprise me anymore. One of the screens shared by Bernard shows an exhibit on Abdul Hossein Sandari, an Iranian ambassador who used his position to issue thousands of passports to Jews trying to escape France. Making Holocaust education accessible to everyone worldwide is one of my goals. Alright, again, I just don't think it has the place in a video game. Like regardless of how you spin it, regardless of how you're trying to make it. Actually, no, sorry, my bad. It does have place in a video game, but not in Fortnite. Right? Like, if it was Call of Duty or something like that, and it has a historical campaign, and you want to tell the story of a Jewish... Yeah, sure. But in Fortnite? Really? And again, like, the biggest concern is how can we take away free will from the player? Like, why do you want to take free will from the player away if you're just willing to teach them about history? Like, you don't take people's free will away when you talk about the American independence or the American Constitution. Interesting, isn't it? Why do you take people's free will away? What, do you not have faith in your 400 million players? Do you think that they are going to be naughty? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.